It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode of the Foolish Show podcast. I am your host, F to the Ish, Foolish, representing reality music entertainment. Y'all know how we get down, man. We talk about real life stuff, no gossip. Real life stuff, man. We keep it real. Diamond Beauty checking in. I see you. Locked in. But we're going to have another great podcast tonight on this Tuesday night. Hope y'all had a great day. Good vibes only. Praying that many blessings come your way. Live life to the fullest. Enjoy life to the fullest, folks. Because you only get one shot. You only get one life. So why not enjoy it and live it? But we have a great time tonight. We live streaming right now on Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. Let me make sure we got everything locked in. Y'all don't be afraid to leave your comments. Anytime you see me live, feel free to drop them comments. Just keep it positive because it's good vibes only over here. But tonight we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the government shutdown has led to the suspension of the EBT card, food stamps. So what is everybody going to do? So we're going to get into the suspension of food stamps and the EBT card. Then we're going to talk about, we first going to talk about being independent because you can't depend on nothing or nobody. At the end of the day, only thing you can depend on is God. You can't depend on people because people will disappoint you. And you sure enough can't depend on the government. So we're going to get into it. Let me make sure we live streaming everywhere. And we're going to get this party started. Shout out to everybody that's checking in. Make sure we got everything locked and loaded. Then we're going to take off. Remember, y'all, the live chat is wide open. Drop them comments. We're going to talk about the EBT card. They're trying to take it away or suspend it. Food stamps. And that's a lot of, they're going to affect a lot of people because a lot of people use food stamps and them EBT cards to eat. A lot of these kids won't eat if it weren't for them food stamps. So we're going to get into it. Let me lock and load everything up. And then we're going to take off, folks. Let's get this party started. So let's get into it. Talk about being self-sufficient, independent. At the end of the day, you can't depend on nobody to take care of you, especially if you're grown. You got to make sure you eat, make sure you pay your bills. Make sure you have a roof over your head. And most importantly, you got to make sure if you got kids, make sure them kids eating good. Make sure them kids able to have somebody somewhere nice and clean to sleep. So you have to be independent. Once you get 18, you're nobody's responsibility no more. Mama and daddy them don't have to break you off no more. They don't have to buy you anything no more. Now it's time to fend for yourself. So now that the government is trying to suspend food stamps, what are a lot of people going to do? How the kids going to eat? That's why it's important to be independent. See, if you're independent, you don't have to wait on the government to feed y'all. You and your kids going to eat regardless. Never depend on no man, no kind of human being, no government. Because the government and mankind will always disappoint you. You expect people to do what's right and feed people and make sure people ain't starving. But at the end of the day, they really don't care about you and me. You're just another person. You're just another number. If it don't affect their household, they don't care. So what are the families going to do without their EBT card, not being able to fill up the refrigerator, and it's not coming out of their own pockets? Now you got a smart shopper. You got to shop smarter. And make sure if you're using it right now, make sure you stock up on the non-perishable stuff that won't go bad. You got to always prepare for when the drought comes or a rainy day. So make sure you go fill your refrigerator up, fill your cabinets up for the drought that's coming. And during this drought, you stack your paper. You have to be self-sufficient and being able to take care of yourself. You can't sit around and wait on the government or nobody else to take care of you, especially when you're grown. You have to get it by any means necessary. Make sure the bill's paid. Make sure there's food on the table every day. Whether you got to get up and work 2, 3 jobs, do what you got to do to make sure you survive and the kids are good. It's called sacrifice. Sometimes you got to sacrifice your free time to make sure everybody else is good. When you was growing up, mom and daddy them sacrificed something to make sure that the kids were straight. You got to be willing to sacrifice something to make sure you and your family is good. No one should sit around and just wait for the government. No one should sit around and wait on another person to do something for them or take care of them. As long as you're able, you're not handicapped or disabled, you should be trying to make you some ends, make you some funds, make you some money, or you're able to go and get whatever you want to eat when you're hungry. You don't have to keep begging or borrowing. So with this government shutdown and the food stamps, this should tell everybody, don't sit around and wait on nobody, because nobody don't owe you nothing. At the end of the day, if you're grown, you got to get up and go get it. You sit around with all this pride ain't going to pay no bills. Miss Glover checking in. I see you. Miss Glover says, "Is that?" If y'all just checking in, tonight's topic, we're talking about being self-sufficient, being independent, being able to take care of yourself, not depending on the government or nobody else. Because you never know what's going to happen. Now that the government's saying they're going to suspend food stamps, the EBT card, what are a lot of these families going to do? What are these lot of single parents going to do? That's why you got to always prepare for a rainy day. You should always make sure that you keep food in the house anyway. Make sure you always have that cabinet stacked up. Just like if it was a storm coming or a hurricane, you stack up on canned goods and all that stuff on survival food. You should do that all the time. So in case when the drought hit, you and the kids gonna eat. I don't care if it's sardines. I don't care what it is. Y'all gonna eat. Never sit around and depend on nobody. Ladies, don't depend on no man to take care of you. Fellas, don't depend on no woman to take care of you. What happens if that woman is no longer in your life? What happens if that person dies? What you gonna do? You're gonna keep just going after the next person and hoping the next person will take care of you? That sounds like nonsense to me. You have to suck it up and go make something happen. You can't depend on the government. You can't think the government gonna take care of you and the kids all the time. You can't think that a man gonna take care of you and the kids all the time. You can't think, fellas, that a woman gonna take care of you because you look good, because you put it down in the bedroom. If you grown, you gotta go get it. You gotta make sure that you eating. You got to make sure that you surviving out here, because nobody don't care. They'll leave you behind. People, all they're going to do is talk about you. Tell everybody how you fell off, how you broke, how you starved. Most of the time, they're not even going to lend you a helping hand. They'll talk about you before they help you. This is the world that we're living in. A world full of gossip. But tonight's topic is being independent, self-sufficient. Now that the government is shutting down, done shut down, they say November 1st, they're going to stop the EBT. They're going to stop the food stamps. What are these families going to do now? Now when you go to the grocery store, it's going to come out of your own pocket. So that means you got to shop smarter. You got to start using all your discounts, all your coupons, and make sure that it's still food on the table every day. Whether the government is running or not, whether the government shut down or not, your duty and your responsibility is to provide as a mother and a father. You have to provide for the kids because they can't go out and work. They can't go get their own paycheck and go grocery shopping. So it's important for you as a parent to go get it. Don't sit around and make excuses. Don't sit around and think it's going to fall out the sky. You got to do something to make sure you keep the bread coming in. You got to do something to make sure the lights stay on. You got to do something to make sure that you and your kids survive. Whether it's the government or not, whether it's food stamps or not. That's your duty. Never sit around and think nobody owes you anything. The government don't owe you nothing. Your neighbor don't owe you nothing. Your boyfriend don't owe you nothing. Your girlfriend don't owe you nothing. Nobody owes nobody anything. Nobody don't own nobody. So with that being said, y'all got to suck it up and go make ends meet. You got to be a provider. Provide the food and the shelter. Even if you don't have kids, you still got to have somewhere to sleep. You still got to eat every day. Even if you ain't got other mouths to feed, you still got to feed yourself. Now that the government has shut down, what are the people going to do that was dependent on the government? Are they going to lose their mind? Is everybody pressing the panic button? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what the government do. Food is going to eat. I'm going to make something happen. It's going to be food on the table some way, somehow. Y'all should have that same mentality. Never depend on nothing, folks. Never depend on nothing or nobody. All you got in this world is God. God is the only thing that you can depend on, because he'll never turn his back and never leave you hanging. Your best friends, they'll leave you hanging. Your family, they'll leave you hanging. God won't. Only friend you really need is Jesus. You can't depend on all these people around here. They're going to disappoint you. Every time you think somebody got your back, they show you their true colors. Every time you fall, it be the ones close to you that'll kick you when you down instead of lifting a helping hand to pull you up. Listen to what I'm telling you. Never be afraid to get up and go get it. Make a way. Make sure there's food on the table. Make sure that the bills are paid. Nobody owes you nothing. You owe it to yourself to get out there and make something shake. Don't sit around and depend on nobody. Not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not even your husband or your wife. You all you got at the end of the day. You got to always make sure that you good. Whether they're going to give you food stamps, whether they're going to provide public housing. If all these programs shut down, what are you going to do? Is everybody going to lose their mind? You going to sit around and cry? Or are you going to suck it up and find a way to make something happen? Are you going to step your hustle game up? That means you got to work 2, 3 jobs if you have to make sure that it's a roof over you and them kids' head. Whether you have to sacrifice sleep, you might only get 3, 4 hours of sleep, but y'all eating. You got electricity. You got warm water. So whether the government shut down and give you food stamps or not, you should be getting up and trying to make sure you got it. Nobody owes nobody anything. And ain't nobody gonna take care of you. Mama and them ain't got to take care of you no more once you get grown. Don't get mad at mama them if they don't want to give you no money. If they don't want to pay your phone bill no more. If you over 18, get off your behind and go make something shake. It ain't mama and them responsibility no more. Even if your people's rich, even if they got money, they still don't have to give you nothing. We try to find and make your own way. Don't depend on other people for you to eat. Ms. Glover says, yes, indeed. Go make that money to provide for your children. I'm telling you, Ms. Glover, I'm trying to talk to them tonight. Because people sit around and make excuses, and you sit around and wait on the government, when at the end of the day, it's you. It's your responsibility to make sure you and your family eat. It ain't the president them. It ain't your mama them. It ain't your neighbors. It ain't the people at the corner store. It's your responsibility to make sure the bills are paid and y'all eat. The government shut down or not, you and your kids should have a good meal every day. Whether the government give you any kind of assistance, you and your kids should be eating every day. So whether it's food stamps or not, it's your job as a mom and daddy to be a provider. Provide. Be a leader. Set an example. Teach your kids what working hard is. Show them that hard work pays off. At the end of the day, they always told me, you can get anything you want as long as you work for it. My mom and them always told us, you can have anything you want as long as you work for it. See, the problem is everybody want all the rewards. You want all the glitz and the glamour, but you don't want to put in no work. Nobody want to sacrifice nothing. Everybody want it easy. Granddad and grandma them, they put in work. They worked on the job 30 and 40 years to make sure that they were surviving. Now everybody wants something for nothing. Nobody don't want to work for it. Everybody want handouts. Life don't always work like that. Sometimes somebody might throw you a bone, but most of the time they don't care. They don't care if me and you eat or not. If you ain't a part of their family tree, they'll watch you starve. That's why it's your responsibility to get up and be a provider. Make sure you and the kids got what y'all need to survive. Whether the government shut down or not. Whether the government give you 2 cents or not. It's all about being independent, able to take care of yourself. You can't be walking around here grown and can't take care of yourself. Can't feed yourself. Can't clothe yourself. There's something wrong with that picture. Mama and them ain't raised you like that. Mama and them raised you to go out out in this world and stand on your own 2 feet. And if you're a parent, you should be installing and teaching your kids how to be independent and stand on your own 2 feet. So when you dead and gone, they ain't got to depend on nobody. You don't taught them what hard work is. They don't mind getting their hands dirty. They don't mind going and do something to make sure they're paying the bills. Are y'all listening to me right now? Being independent is important. Being able to take care of your own self is important. That's why they say only the strong can survive. You got to be strong enough to make it through tough times. You got to be strong enough to make it on your own. But you're never on your own because you always got God with you. And they always say, God won't put nothing on you that you can't bear. He know that you can carry that burden. So understand, it ain't too many things you can depend on in this world. God is the main thing. When times get rough, the closer you should get to God. Because human beings, they ain't got no power of God. Compare a human to God. A human can't make no sun. A human can't make no world. Being independent, very important. You got to be able to survive no matter what the circumstances is. If they put you in the middle of the desert, you'll find a way to eat and drink. That's a survivor. You won't make it through this world if you ain't no survivor. If you're weak, then you will crumble and you will fall. The devil preys on the weak. He will break you and make you want to give up. But if you're strong and independent, you got God on your side, you can fight any battle and you're going to win. So understand what's important in life. Got to be able to be self-sufficient, independent. Don't depend on no other human being like that. If somebody want to help you out, if they want to help you, God bless them. If not, you still got to make something shake. You can't sit around and depend on that. You got to be able to eat good, whether somebody give it to you or not, whether somebody buy you something or not. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from? It's all about surviving. Being able to pay the bills. Being able to keep them lights on. Being able to keep gas in your car. Whatever vehicle you have. Being able to afford the kids aftercare. So you have somebody watching them while you're making that money. You got to get your priorities in order. A lot of people can't even take care of themselves, but they still want to turn up and enjoy life. When you can't put a roof over your own head, when you can't eat what you want to eat, you got to eat what somebody gives you. Or you might have to eat somebody's leftovers. Don't sit around and settle. You should want more for yourself. You should want more for your life. And most importantly, you should want more for your kids. You got to set the example. Show them what a real leader is. Show them what a good role model is. Show them what a good mother is, what a good father is. Not sitting around being a slouch. Not showing them how to be lazy or beg. They say beggars can't be choosy. Beggars get the short end of the stick. Beggars can't be choosy. You got to take what you can get. But when you go get it yourself, you can be picky because you can go get what you want. because you putting in the work. You sacrificing to get what you want. If you want to eat steak, then you got to go grind. But if you want to live off McDonald's every day, then so be it. But your hustle will show how much you want it. How bad do you want something? If you want a new car, then you got to hustle hard. You got to stack your bread up. Save your money up. Save your income tax. Put money up in the stash. Everything takes sacrifice. You can't sit around and say, oh, I hope somebody buy me a car. Oh, boy, I hope somebody come over here and give me and my kids some food. We hungry. That's the wrong mentality to have. Sit around and wait nobody to feed you. That's nonsense. You better get off your behind and go bring home some bacon. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and go hustle. Don't nobody owe you nothing. You owe it to yourself. If you got kids, you owe it to your kids to go out there and make ends meet. As an adult, you should suck it up and go get it. Don't sit around and blame nobody. You don't sit around and make your excuses. You get up and you make something happen. It's all about action. You can say, I want this and I want that, but what is your action showing? If you want something, you got to work for it. Most of the time, ain't nobody going to knock on your door and say, here you go. Here's $1 million. Here's a new house. Here's that new car you wanted. If you want it, you got to put in work and sacrifice. That's whatever you want in life. Even if your career, if you want to work your way up to the top at your job, then you got to work even harder. You got to make your work stand out. They got to look at you as an asset, not a liability. You put in work and you receive good results at the end of the day. You get to eat the fruits of your labor at the end of the day. When you look back and see how far you done came from, you can smile because you remember the days when you was barely making it. You remember the days when you didn't have it, when you couldn't afford it. Now you don't sacrifice, put in the work, and you and the kids can get whatever y'all want. Nothing comes easy. Everything you want in life, you got to work for it. It's rare that people just give you stuff. Most of the time, you're going to have to earn it. So whether the government gives you a dime, you should be already going out there and make sure you and your family eat. You should make sure that it's a roof over your head. Make sure you got somewhere to sleep. Make sure no matter what day, no matter what month, no matter what year, y'all should have some food on the table. It is your responsibility as an adult to provide and lead the way. So now that the government has shut down, they're trying to shut down food stamps and the EBT. What are a lot of these people in this world going to do now? What, y'all going to commit suicide? You're going to sit around and cry? You got to suck it up and go chase it. Go make something happen. Do it for the kids' sake. If you don't want to do it for yourself, sacrifice for the kids. They deserve to eat. They didn't ask to come here. You made them. It ain't nobody's responsibility, something that you made. You laid down, stood up, or however you made it. But you made that child or them children. That's why it's your job as a parent to provide. You don't sit around and wait for everybody else to take care of you and your kids. You made them. Think about what I'm saying. Sitting around and making excuses, it ain't gonna pay no bills. Sitting around and making excuses ain't gonna make that stomach full. Sitting around and making excuses ain't gonna keep the lights on. You gotta be about action. It's not about what you say. What are you doing? What are you doing to show that you want a better life for you and your family? Actions speak a whole lot. What are you doing to make sure y'all never starve? What are you doing to make sure you and the kids will never be homeless? The sacrifices you make. How bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want to live a good life? Are you just content with just getting by? Are you content with just sitting back and hoping that the government and everybody else is going to take care of y'all? What kind of life are you living? Do you really care about your kids? Do you really care about the ones around you? If you did, then you will find a way to make something happen. I'm not saying go out there and steal and kill for it. Go out there and make a legal, decent living. I ain't saying crash out for it. That don't make sense. You go out there and rob and steal or go take it, you asking for it. Now your life gonna get worse because you're probably gonna go to jail or prison. So don't go out there and get it by any means. Get it the right way. I know you're hungry, but you still can't go take it. You still can't run up in McDonald's and snatch all the burgers and run out. You still can't run in the bank just because you broke and you and the kids starving and go in there and rob the bank and then run down the street and think that ain't gonna happen. So you can't crash out for it. You can go get it. Just find a way to go get it the right way. Y'all just tuning in, man. We live streaming right now on Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. This is the Foolish Show podcast. This is where I feed your mind, body, and soul. This is where you come get your soul food. Because I don't sit around and gossip. There's too much things going on to sit around and just gossip. I don't care about all that entertainment stuff. I don't care about what singers and rappers and all that got going on. It's a struggle, and it's real every day that we wake up. Life hits you right in the face. Every day that you wake up, life hits you in the face. It gives you a wake-up call. Now that the government is shut down, what is everybody going to do? How y'all going to make it? If you sit around and depend on them, you're crippling yourself. You're not trying to elevate yourself in no kind of way. You have become a dependent on something else. The only thing you should depend on is God, because he got all the power and he can make a way out of no way. That's why your faith gonna always be tested to see how much you believe. If you get so caught up in this earth stuff, your faith gonna go out the window. You're gonna become consumed by the devil. It's all about being independent, being able to make it. You got to be able to make it, folks. by any means necessary. Whatever you got to sacrifice, sacrifice. But you got to do what you got to do to make sure the bills are paid and it's a roof over your head. Whatever you got to do, make it happen. Being independent is very important. Being able to feed yourself, make it on your own, whether you have a wife or a husband. When it's just you and you single, you got to be able to provide for yourself. You got to make sure you have somewhere to sleep, have somewhere to wash yourself, somewhere to wash your face, brush your teeth, somewhere you can sit and be comfortable, somewhere you can lay and have peace. It's your job as an adult to provide for yourself, and if you have kids, for your children. Lead by example. Show them what hard work is. Teach them about the power in the dollar, how important it is not to take it for granted. Teach them about saving. Teach them how to manage their money. These are the things that you're supposed to provide. Wisdom and knowledge, because you older. If you grown, you older, you done been here. So you should be providing knowledge to the youngins, to your children, and teaching them about bills, how to save. Not sitting around and depending on nobody. You don't depend on no government or nobody else to feed you. You have to be independent. Get up and feed yourself. Sit around and make no excuses. Nobody owes you nothing. You owe yourself to get up and make sure y'all eat. These are the life lessons you should be installing in your kids. They should be able to survive even if you're not around. They should know how to take care of themselves. They should know how to pay bills and keep the bills paid. They should know how to make sure their stomach got food in it. Not sit around and wait for somebody to put some food in it. They put food in their own stomach. These are the things we should be teaching. These are the things you should be installing in your household. How to be independent. Because one day mama ain't going to be there. One day mama going home to glory. Daddy going home. You going home too. But if you stuck on this earth and there's no more mama and daddy, would you be able to survive? Or would you sit around and watch yourself deteriorate, turn homeless, sit around and be starving? What would happen to you if mama and daddy them cut you off? Would you be able to make it? Would you be able to survive? Or would you sit around looking at the sky, don't know what the next move to make because you're so used to everybody giving you stuff and doing everything for you? Nobody ever showed you how to stand on your own 2 feet. We have a lot of grown people that's like that right now. In their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and still can't stand on their own feet. Still can't survive. Still can't put food in their own mouth. Talk about what somebody ain't give them. Man, my people they don't look out for me. They don't owe you nothing. If you grown, get your grown behind up ain't gonna make a check. Fellas, if you want to be the boss, you got to pay the cost. You can't be around here, oh, I'm the man, I'm the man. But you ain't paying for nothing. You trying to suck that woman dry. You trying to use her. She got to get up every day and go work while you suck up all the AC. Playing video games. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. It's your job as a man to be a provider. Go out there and make sure that whatever the kids need, they're going to be able to have it. Whatever your wife needs, you'll be able to provide it. You don't sit around and act lazy. You don't sit around and make excuses. The bills ain't going to pay itself. It ain't nobody going to sit around and feel sorry for you. The world going to keep spinning and life going to keep moving. Nobody going to sit around and feel sorry for you. They'll sit there and watch you starve and talk about you. And talk about how bad you're doing, how bad you look, how bad you smell. People going to talk about you before they help you. That's why it's up to you to make sure that you're good. Making sure that you eating good. Making sure that you straight. That you don't depend on nobody for your well-being. You don't depend on nobody to make sure that you eat. Or you able to do certain things. Sit around and gotta wait for that person to give it to you. That ain't the way to live. You should be able to go get it on your own. Because when you die, you're going to die by yourself. When you came in this world, you came by yourself. And you're going to die by yourself. So nobody owes you nothing. You owe it to yourself to make a way. Never be afraid. Suck up your pride and go grind and get that green by any means necessary. Sometimes you might have to do a job that you don't want to do. But if it's going to put food in your mouth, if it's going to put food in them kids' mouth, you suck it up and you go do it. It don't mean you have to do it forever. But for temporary, you suck it up and you go do it until you're able to make another better move. But you have to start from somewhere. A lot of people got Red Lobster appetite, but McDonald's money. I'm going to say it again. A lot of people got Red Lobster appetite, but McDonald's money. If you want Red Lobster, then you got to step your hustle game up. If you want to eat good, you got to step your hustle game up. You can't sit around and say, babe, I want Red Lobster. Babe, I'm hungry. Go give me. You think you're going to tell somebody all the time to go get you something? Sometimes you got to go get it yourself. It's cool if somebody give it to you, but you can't depend on that. If nobody ain't around, that means you ain't going to have no Red Lobster because the person is providing it for you. But whether somebody ain't around or not, if you hustle and you got your funds right, you can go to Red Lobster anytime you want to, whether that person is around or not. Now that the government has shut down, they're going to suspend the EBT, the food stamps. What are the families going to do now? What are these mamas going to do now? What are the kids going to do now? What is the next move? A lot of people depended on that. A lot of kids wouldn't eat if it wasn't no food stamps. Everybody's going to be enraged, complaining, mad, and upset. But what are you going to do to fix the situation? What are you going to do to make sure that refrigerator still has food in it? What are you going to do to make sure the dishes still have some food on them? You can sit around and complain, or you can go out there and make something happen for yourself. You can go out there and make you a check, make you a paycheck, bring home the bacon, and sacrifice for you and your kids. That's what a real adult do. That's what a real woman do. That's what a real mother do. That's what a real father do. That's what a real man does. They suck it up and they go get it. They might not want to do it. They might not be happy about it, but they suck it up and they go make sure they provide. What move you gonna make? Where are you at in your life? What sacrifices are you making to make sure you and your family is eating good? That y'all will never go homeless. That y'all never skip a meal. That y'all never have to beg and bum from other people. What are you doing to make sure that that don't happen? What are you doing to lay down the foundation to make sure the kids have a better life than you did? All that takes sacrifice. You got to sacrifice for the next generation. It ain't about partying all the time and turning up, spending money and blowing money. You spending them kids' food. You spending that rent. You spending groceries. You spending that light bill money. You spending that water money. You spending them school clothes. Get your priorities in order. Make sure the household is good. Then you go party. You don't go party first. You make sure the house is straight. Then you gonna turn up. The bills paid, you want to go have fun, then so be it. But you don't be going out here getting drunk, twerking, shaking your booty, bouncing up and down on the stage, and the bills ain't paid. It don't make sense. That means you don't have your priorities in order. You don't know what's really important. Eating every day is not important to you. Your kids is really not important to you because you're still being selfish, only thinking about yourself. You got to be independent. Know how to provide for you and your kids, whether somebody gonna help you or not, whether you got a man there or a woman there or not, whether the government giving you assistance or not. It's your job to provide as an adult. You have to make sure you eat and your family eats. Whether the government shut down or not, still got to eat at least 2-3 meals a day. The kids don't want to go to sleep, stomach talking and growling. You don't want to go to sleep every day with your stomach growling. You want to go to sleep full and happy. Don't be afraid to sacrifice, put things to the side, evaluate what's important. Certain things ain't important than others. Certain things ain't important than surviving. Partying, turning up, and more important than putting food in y'all mouth. It's not more important than having shelter. Get your priorities in order. Be prepared for anything, because anything can happen. You see how COVID hit, and it hit us out of nowhere. We wasn't prepared for it. That's why we got to be prepared for anything. That's why you keep Your refrigerator stocked. You keep your cabinet stocked up. So even if the government give you something or not, y'all still gonna eat. Don't be a fool and sit around and depend on people. Expect somebody to always take care of you or give you something. A real person understands that you are responsible for you. Once you become an adult, it's your job to get out there and bring home the bread. Get up and go make you a check. I don't care what you do. If you got to take somebody order, if you got to stack something on the shelf, if you got to work in a warehouse, you suck it up and you go do it and make sure y'all eat. Pride, having so much pride, I don't want to do that. I ain't doing that. I would never work there. That ain't going to pay no bills. The rent man ain't going to accept that. The lights people, they ain't going to accept no excuses. You might get one extension, then you're going to be in the dark. It might give you a few days on that phone bill, but you ain't going to talk too long. If you don't be independent and get up and go get it, you're going to be looking crazy. Whether the government give it to you or not, you have to go eat. Whether it's food stamps or not, you, your children, and your family have to eat. You can't depend on none of that stuff. Can't depend on no man, no woman to feed you. You're responsible for yourself once you get an adult. You have to learn how to survive and stand on your own 2 feet. You don't sit around and wait on no government or nobody else. Nobody owes you nothing. Don't make excuses. Something happen. Make you a paycheck. Make you an honest living. And if you want more, then you sacrifice. And you hustle harder till you get what you want. Hard work pays off. Once you put in that work, you'll start seeing the rewards. But you got to grind. Stop thinking somebody owe you something. Lady, stop thinking a man owe you something. You grown. Why would you want somebody to take care of you anyway? Why would you want somebody to be able to hang that over your head? I take care of you. I feed you. Like you a child. A real woman gonna get up and get it on her own. She's not gonna give that man that power to throw it in her face. You find you a real man that you can build with. You can build a foundation and y'all grow together. But you don't just try to use somebody. We're living in a different era now where nobody wants to hustle. Everybody wants it easy. Everybody's looking for handouts, but you don't want to go get it. You don't want to put in no kind of work. Everybody wants to play, but nobody wants to grind. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty, but you want to play. You want to have fun. You want to turn up. You want to party. But you don't want to sacrifice to make sure the bills paid. You don't want to sacrifice to make sure the kids eating good every day. You don't want to sacrifice to make sure the kids got clean underwear and clean clothing to put on their back. What's more important than you? Eating good, living good, or turning up? Get your priorities in order. Get your household in order. Make sure you're independent and teach your kids how to be independent. Make sure they know how to take care of themselves. Wash their own clothes. Able to cook, clean, pay bills. Now to manage their credit cards. Teach them all those life lessons because they're going to need it. Because sooner or later, mama ain't going to be there to hold your hand. Sooner or later, daddy ain't going to be able to go in his bank account and bail you out all the time. You got to know how to make it on your own. Hope y'all listening to me. Understand that anything you want in life, you got to work for it. Nothing don't come easy. Everything comes with hard work and dedication. As long as you're dedicated to get what you want, you put in the work, you will get where you're trying to get to. It's all about putting in work, no excuses. Nobody ain't gonna feel sorry for you. They don't care if you ate last night. The person down the street don't care if your light's on or not. That's your responsibility. So get on your job or go get a job. Start your own business. Do whatever you got to do to have money flowing in to pay the bills. Don't sit around and feel sorry for yourself. That ain't gonna pay no bills. Sitting around making excuses ain't gonna pay no bills. Sitting around and keep begging and bumming, hoping somebody give you something, it's not a way to live. A real adult, they get out there and they make a way and they provide. Be a provider. Don't depend on nobody. Don't depend on nothing. God is all you got. Whether you got food stamps or not, you still got God. Whether they give you public housing, you still got God. Whether your boyfriend take you shopping and pay your bills or not, you got God. Whether your woman look out for you or not, you still got God. It's the only thing you got to depend on. Everything else will disappoint you. Don't be afraid to hustle and do what you got to do to pay the bills and make sure you and the kids eating good and living good. Whether somebody giving you something or not, whether you get any type of assistance or not, it's your job to make sure the bills are paid. But I appreciate y'all, man. We had another great, powerful podcast. You can always go to my YouTube, Reality Music Entertainment. That's the YouTube channel. And check out all my previous podcasts. Support the movement. I appreciate all the love and support. We're going to do back-to-back nights. So tomorrow night, spread the word. 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will be back on the air. And we will be back on here talking that talk. I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe. I'm out. One love, everybody.